minutes. We're also following some breaking news out of Shreveport. Police say 4 people dead and at least 7 others injured after a shooting that happened just before midnight. Shreveport Police Chief Wayne Smith said he believes the shooting was intended to hurt certain individuals. He said they are working to contact families of the victims before releasing their identities. Investigators believe 200 people were attending an annual block party when that shooting happened. Shreveport District A Councilwoman Tabitha Taylor said violence like this is unexpected.
This should not happen. Now, we are the victim of a mass shooting in our community. It is trauma for those individuals that only wanted to have a very good time on this holiday.
Police are still on the scene and investigating. As police learn more, we will update you and get the latest for you as well online at Fox 8 Live.